stand there to take that.
You know, one of the real problems I see in all of this, and I see it every day on the shop floor, okay, we are constantly being asked to train our replacements who are going to work at a lower wage. Now, that used to be grounds for just utter resistance. You would never do that. You would never train your replacement and teach them the skills that you spent years developing so they could then take your job. I mean, that was unthinkable, you know, in my father's generation. I mean, you know, I learned from my father how they would resist being replaced. And now it's a matter of course. You are constantly being told that you need to train this person, you need to train this person, you need to train this person, and you have no choice in the matter.
Divide and conquer.
And the person that you're training is going to take your spot. You're training him to take your spot.
And the whole thing about it is, like he said, he trained him for less money.
Yeah.
He's making less money.
Exactly.
But see, maybe that person didn't have a job, and that's not less money to him. Okay? See, so when you're messing around here talking about, you know, well, I need $12 an hour. Oh, okay, let us get this down in the books for you. You need $12 an hour, but I need you to train that man over there for $10.75. And we're going to discuss this, you know, $12 an hour for you after you get him trained. Next thing you know, this man got your job and you on the outside going, whoa.
See, one of the problems I see in all this, so I'm just being honest, is that there are skills in any profession that really do need to be shared with apprentices, okay? This is a very real thing. But if we're being made to feel that if we do share this knowledge, that our job is possibly on the line, there's a breakdown here. There's a real breakdown in training younger workers. I mean, I'm a fairly older gentleman, and I see young people working all the time, and I want to be able to go to them and train them and make them understand the job that they're doing, but the incentive is not there if I know that this company, and I know it for a fact, are looking to get rid of older workers who are making more, and it's just, anyway, I'm just sharing this real counterproductive system that we're all working in.
And the system that you're talking about is all across the county. It's not just the county, all across the country.
That's true.
Because of the simple fact, the first thing they say is, you know what? All right, if we can get rid of him before his pension time comes up, all right, we don't have to worry about his pension. But if we get this young guy over here, we can keep him for another 15 to 18 years and do him the same way we just did him. All right, so now when it comes right down to it, you know, they don't want to pay you no money. They don't want you to sit up in there and get 15 years in the company, 20 years in the company. They don't want you to get that.
That's right.
So when it comes right down to it, like the one guy was working at this one company, we can't mention the name, but he was working at this one company. He worked there for 18 and a half years. You know what they told him? Oh, we're going to have to let you go. We have a younger guy here that can take your job and do just as, you know, twice as much as you're doing, all right, for $4 less on pay. So they fired that man, gave it to the younger guy. He lasted about 6 months.
No good.
And then what happened? They called somebody else that was younger than he was, and he lasted for 6 months. And their turnover is just a turnover. That's just to keep you from not getting a pension, which is really crazy here in America. So it's like you put all of this time in this company, you get up every morning going to work, you put your boots on, your shoes, your apron, whatever it is that you're doing out here, and then you go out here and you do this job, and then they don't even give you a gold pen. They just let you go. So now you got to sit back a year and a half, wait for 20-year retirement. What are you going to do, collect unemployment for a year and a half? And then it's hard for you to go out there and get a job because of the simple fact that you're an older gentleman. And they're not looking for older gentlemen with experience to come and do this job because they can get the almost older gentleman to train this young guy to come in here and get this job and hold him down for another 18 years. See, and the whole thing about it is they think, you know, nobody don't realize to know this. I'm an older gentleman. I watch this move around all the time. All right, and when it comes right down to it, I'll watch them do it in the service. Oh, all you veterans, Yeah, you got 19, 18 years in, huh? Well, see, now, if I let you go in the early out, that 20 years, that 22 years that you're trying to get me to pay you for is non-existent now. That's what happened.
Let me get the audience involved. You can call. You can get involved with this discussion. You can call in, area code 607-272-0319. You might have something to say. You might, matter of fact, this might be your story. So we want to hear your input, because right now, Milton, Ed, and I, we got, the story of each and every one of us around America, that this living wage, you need this. We need this to survive. And they're trying to stop us from receiving a living wage, And this is across the board, You got Republicans, Democrats, you got them all, the left, the right. Everyone in this fight, they're fighting against a living wage. So we want your opinion. Call in the solution. We want you to be on this train with us, because we're on it, And it's going to take us to everyone receive a living wage. Whatever company, whatever CEO, whatever Burger King, McDonald's, whatever company you're working for, we're going at them. So give us a call. We're here.
Yeah, and so when it comes right down to it, that's what they're doing. They're getting rid of all of the people that they're going to have to pay a pension to. Mm-hmm. All right? So now, if they don't have to pay you no pension, they don't have to worry about you no more, because they just let you go. They ain't got to worry about what's happening to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
After they tell you, when you walk out that door, you ain't their problem no more. They ain't got to worry about you getting up in the morning, putting your boots on and coming to work, because they got somebody else that's doing it.
Well, now they're not even, forget about the pension. You're not even going down that avenue, because even that 26, 25 years, you know why? Because what they're doing is they selling stocks. They burning your pension. Right. That's going down in the stock. You know how many people lost pension on that stock market thing? That they sold, they gave people bad information, and people that put their whole life savings, and they went down the drain. Yep. Goldman Sachs, all of them places, Merrill Lynch and all that, people jump in and, suicidal. Why? Because of what happened to their funds.
Most of the places that I work or have worked, there are no pensions. There are no pensions in most, low-level corporate jobs anymore. I mean, the idea of a pension is non-existent. So we're not working for pensions. We're working mainly just for job retention at a living wage. I mean, that becomes more and more difficult when there's all of these techniques that they use to get rid of us.
That's right.
One of the things that you mentioned about, high turnover. I mean, anybody who has ever worked anywhere knows that high turnover just destroys your ability to do the job, because you're constantly bringing in new faces. I mean, I can't believe, I look around where I work and on the shop floor, over half of the people are new, brand new, which means that there's this constant turnover of people, because you're not paying them any wage where they would want to stay. So that just means we have to train new people. We have to train new people. We have to train new people. And the other thing with that is new people are much more apt to do something dangerous on a shop floor. So you're constantly like, okay, does this person know how to use that piece of equipment? Does this person know how to use that? You're really on your guard. Whereas if you know someone, like, I've worked with this person knows what they're doing, so you can kind of like work together to get the job done. But when you're constantly working with new people, it really throws you off balance, and it makes the day a lot more difficult. So,
yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what the companies are really doing. They're frustrating people. They're, having people to, think about, what I'm gonna do without this job. But in the same token, they're only making them rich. And these people are not even feeding their family. They're not even getting their rent paid. They're not even, getting a decent pair of pants or a shirt on their child's back, because of what they got to struggle and the stress, that they have to go through to try to find a second or third job to make it up. Try to make ends meet for what is going on, in their situation. And so we see that right now it's too many, it's a lot of people going through the third and second job, you know, part-time here, part-time there. You know, everything is part-time now, you know, micro jobs.
Yep.
You know, this is what they're going through because they're cutting their hours. Oh, if I give you a living wage, they give you 12 hours. You know, or give you, you know, come on, if I give you a living wage, I give you 10 hours. You know, this is what they're doing. They're trying to stop you from receiving money, but they want it all. And that's bad. You know, they are not trying to help nobody to receive it. You know, a living wage, nor to feed their family, nor to live, you know, as a person, you know, and that's bad. So we're on this, you know, this movement to say we're dealing with this living wage, and we're not going to stop, you know, and we see that people need to be helped. Yeah, I might have lost my job, you might have fired me, but that's not going to stop me from fighting for somebody else that needs a living wage. So my thing is, you know, I can tell, my testimony is that, yeah, you fired me, but guess what? I'm still on the train, you know, and guess what? Who's heading the train right now? We're going full speed ahead, okay? Because there's nothing you can do to me. You might can do something to the other person because, oh, they still working and you can fire them, but you can't do nothing to me because I'm going at you full speed ahead.
What has changed so dramatically where it just feels like they can fire you for anything, for any reason under the sun? Everyone's walking on eggshells. I mean, it's totally insane. It used to be that you had to have a real reason to fire someone.
Because they put that into law. This is what it is. This is what they did. This is what they did. They went, these are the bankers, these are the lobbyists that bring in erroneous law to say that, hey, listen, for companies and corporations say that, listen, that you can fire somebody for looking at you wrong. You can fire somebody for they don't come in 1 minute late. See, they lobby for this. They threw money at this. And this is why people are doing this. They threw money and we don't like it. And this is what they're doing. They're telling people, hey, listen, we got to cut you loose. Why? Oh, I don't have to give you a reason, you know? And so this is what people is not. Now, we're not saying nothing about it. Why? Because we ain't responding to it. We not, you know, saying it. We ain't voting for it. Or we ain't, hey, making a stink about it, you know? But this is what they're doing. And, you know, hey, it's not right, and we're going to change that. We got to change the rules. So now we're going to change the rules. Oh, our time is up? Okay. So, Ed, Milton, and Stanley, we all here. We want to thank you for tonight. We want to thank you for this program. And guess what? We're telling you to get on the train because it's going express. And we'll see you next week. So we're going to get out the vote. We're going to try to get out there quickly and vote for our candidates. And hope that he'll do something for all of us. Okay? Good night.
Congratulations.
Oh man want smoke good herb and no grow no trees. Farmers stress. Farmer feel oppressed. The food that we grow, we should have export. But the food that we grow, we see them import. Importation stun the growth of the Jamaican dollar. Fail the economy, then them bow to IMF, trying to pass them tests.
Add me some seeds now, I'm the planter. Digging deep to find the essence of living. Because life is not